follow such an order to haze someone like they did. They couldn't understand it because they had never lived in a world to where they had spent their lives basically being a sacrificial lamb. They had spent their lives offering their life to protect others, and in a very violent and a very dangerous occupation, which wasn't a job. It was a calling. So those who had never done anything that serious could not understand how these people would do something so serious that would result in that. Like, why didn't they just say, no, we're not going to follow that order. We're not going to do that. That's just stupid. But yet they don't understand that this culture over here doesn't think that way. And they can't afford to think that way because they're in the business of protecting everyone else. On the flip side of it, the other side, those Marines couldn't understand their own lawyer who was trying to explain, individual accountability, individual thought, individual consciousness to a degree. And there's a very famous scene in this movie where two of the lawyers who were on the side, who were on the side of the Marines, the accused, the defendants, if you will. There were two lawyers and they were arguing. And one of them asked the other one, "Why do you hate them so much?" And the other one replied, "Because they beat up on a weaker kid. And they didn't like him, so they killed him. And why? Because he couldn't run very fast." Now that statement was, in his perspective, very true, but it was very, very out of context and misrepresented. These Marines never intended to kill this guy. They never tried to kill this Marine. They simply wanted to fix him. And they broke very strict rules doing it, but they also followed orders from people who were breaking rules. So they didn't, it's a complex issue. They did what they thought they were supposed to do because they did what they were trained to do. And in the bigger picture, was it the right thing to do? Maybe not. Was it a death on purpose? Absolutely not. But they were responsible for this Marine's death, and so was their command. But after that question was asked, that same one turns around in response and says, "Why do you like them so much?" And the answer to that was, because they stand on a wall and they say, "Nothing's going to hurt you tonight. Not on my watch." And there is a very important message about America and about our country in that movie. And that is, those two characters had to understand that they value the same things. All right, in the end, both of them were compassionate people, and both of them wanted to be safe and secure. They just disagreed on the importance of those two things. And the only way they could ever come to a compromise was they had to have that scene in the courtroom to where they stated it. But what's the most important and impressive thing about that scene isn't what they said. It was how each statement resulted in the other one listening, asking a counter question, listening, and then shaking their head and saying, "Okay, forget about today. We'll start fresh tomorrow." As Americans, we're not doing that. We're not listening to each other. We're just accusing each other. We're just accusing each other of being racist. We're accusing each other of hate. We're accusing each other of all this stuff. And in essence, we're self-fulfilling our own prophecies. We're building hate. We're causing discontent. We're contributing to violence. All right? And it's not the people we support doing it. It's us. It's us. We're the ones causing it because we're not attempting to understand one another. And it's sad that the most rogue thing I can do today is actually ask everyone to start fucking listening to each other and stop attacking each other so damn much. You think of rogue and you think some guy just going off and, doing whatever he wants and being more like, super aggressive. And this is you don't think of it as being someone who says, you know what, I'm going to go against both sides and say, why aren't we listening to each other? Why are we so quick to hate each other? This is what we had in mind when we started CrossWit. Originally, when we were CrossWit, the idea was to sit down and not compromise our integrity, but hear the other side. Stop saying I'm a racist because I support Donald Trump's presidency. I supported President Obama. Even when I didn't agree with it, I supported him. And even if I hadn't have voted for him, I respected the office. All right? Did President Obama, Donald Trump's, destroying the integrity of the office. If that's your concern, you need to go back a few years because he wasn't the only one to violate the integrity, the sacred integrity of the White House. There's been plenty of scandals in that place. Now, did President Obama ever have an affair, or did he ever, call people names? Or absolutely not. But neither did George W. Bush. George W. Bush was a very kind man. And you said the conspiracy theories aside, he's a very kind man. In fact, you need to think about when President Obama, when the First Lady, when Michelle Obama and George Bush Jr. are dear friends, you should be able to look at that and ask yourself some questions. How can that be? How can that be? Why are they not at each other's throats? Yet they are very, very dear friends. Because at some point, somebody, they listen to each other. So, did I even make a dent with this podcast today? Probably not. In fact, I'm sure I'll get off of here and I'll get 100 comments of people calling me every name in the book, and I'll lose, a couple hundred friends. But it is what it is. I don't care. Fuck it. If one person listens to what I have to say and they want to sit down with me with a different opinion and give me the chance to listen to what they have to say, then this is worth it. If we can ever start doing that, then the border issues, all these other stuff will fall into place. We'll figure it out. We got to the moon. We survived the Cold War. We perform miracles every day when we come together and listen to each other. We don't have to agree, but we sure as fuck don't have to hate each other, and we don't have to destroy each other over it. So what's Casey Pippen's solution to it? I hate President Trump. So what am I supposed to do? Just stop hating everyone else. Well, I hate, President Obama. This is all his fault. I hate him. What am I supposed to do? Stop hating everyone else. Because let me say something. You don't know those guys. You've never sat down, had a drink with them. I'm not saying you would. Hey, listen, honestly, I probably wouldn't particularly. I don't get the feeling that me and Donald Trump would have a would have a good time talking. I would imagine he was probably overbearing and whatever. But me and George W. Bush would have a really good time talking. Me and Bill Clinton would have a good time talking. So just because somebody, just because you may not like somebody or you don't think you might like them, doesn't mean you have to hate everyone else that does. All right? We all have friends who may be friends of someone that we don't get along with. Just because you don't get along with this person doesn't mean you have to automatically, characterize every person they associate with as being, out to get you. So we need to thicken up our skins. We need to lighten up our the chips on our shoulder, and we need to sit down and we need to look at issues. What is the real concern? All right, illegal immigration. What is the real concern? What do we really worry about happening? Okay, well, let's tackle that problem. Let's see if we can find a solution for that problem. Okay, and let's work backwards. Look. That's the way I look at things, and I hope that you guys can see where I'm coming from. Anyway, well, look, guys, that's all I had today. I just wanted to come to you solo. I don't want you to hear it from my mouth because you're going to see me post things. I'm going to post pro-Trump stuff. I may post stuff against Trump. I am not stuck to a person. I look at the issues. Same thing with anyone else. You may see me post something Democratic. You may post something Republican, whatever. Okay. I'm not on the fence. I'm not trying to please everyone. I don't give two shits whether you're pleased or not. If I did, I would just figure out, well, the best chance I have is to just do everything down the blue side or do everything down, I could do everything as the elephant, this is the right, my right, and this is the left, right? Elephant, donkey. I could just decide, screw these. I'm just going to do everything on this. I'm just going to play straight down. I'm just going to do straight ticket everything, whatever. The problem with that is half the time our parties don't even get along on shit. So I just don't know. But, let's look at things by issues. And let's just stand for what we believe in. It doesn't mean we have to hate everyone else that disagrees with us. That's all I got. That's the best I got. Was it worth anything? I don't know. I appreciate you guys listening in. I appreciate you guys following, liking, subscribing. Please, you're watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Go to Facebook. Make sure you like the Rogueway, share, follow. You can, I'd say you can friend request me on my personal page, but I think I'm I think I'm maxed out right now, but you can still follow me. I know I'm not maxed out on that. We have Twitter, we have Instagram, and we also have Podbean. Please go to Podbean and check it out. Also, make sure, hey, it's, real quick, not just hit on sponsors, but this is stuff that you need to think about. It's still early January. The year is still at its very beginning. Okay, you had a New Year's resolution. I realize a couple weeks in, you already, you want to kind of go back to those old break and everything. Now's a good time to commit to it. Get into it. You want to get back. You want to get in good shape. We got two great partners to help you do that. One is All Time Fitness, a traditional gym with all kind of options. Okay, training in every realm. I mean, not just weights, cross training, weights, cardio. Great classes. Go see Season or Matt to get you hooked up with memberships. Talk to Matt, Fonzie, any of those guys at the gym can get you up with some classes, some great training. All right, 24-hour access. If you are here in Monticello and you're looking for a place to work out, they have everything you need, all the resources and the help to do it. When you're in there for all your nutritional needs, especially when you're in the gym and you need a drink or a shake or whatever to kind of get you boost it up or get that protein, whatever it is, stop by Stealth Nutrition. Season will hook you up. I'm going to tell you something. I've had a lot of stuff from it. Everything they have is absolutely delicious. Absolutely delicious. All right, so check out Stealth Nutrition inside of All Time Fitness. And if lifting weights isn't your thing, or it is part of your thing, but you're also looking to do something else like, self-defense training or martial arts, make sure you go to the square and visit Monticello Martial Arts. We're going to be bringing some stuff from those guys. They have all kind of classes. They have jiu-jitsu, they have gi, they have no gi, they have great prices. They train law enforcement for free at both places. Law enforcement at All Time Fitness and Monticello Mixed Martial Arts. If you're a police officer, you can train there for free, okay? You need to be in good shape and you need to be able to protect yourself, defend yourself, so that's a good place to start. And Monticello Mixed Martial Arts also has some competitions coming up in February, and I am looking forward to interviewing some of their trainers and fighters going into the pyramid fight that they've got coming up. So check them out. And also this Saturday, Chobe and the Boys, the band that was here the other day on the show with Derek, was interviewing them. They are playing this Saturday at La Terraza, I believe 8 o'clock. So go check them out, man. Show some local support. Show some support for some local bands. Those guys are really doing some hard work and trying to get out there and do their thing. So go check them out. You're looking for something to do this Saturday night, visit La Terraza, watch a good band play, have some drinks, be safe. Make sure you plan ahead for your rides. Don't drink and drive. Have a good time, but do it the safe way. And make sure you are safe so that you can, have a good new year. Have a safe new year with your family and also listening to the Rogueway podcast. We'll see you guys soon on the next episode. From Casey, Greg, Derek, and everyone else here at Rogueway that aren't here tonight, Happy New Year again, and we look forward to seeing you soon.